that every single party member is carried along. Which not just being carried along, we also encourage them to allow peace to reign.
Also speaking, Halaji Aminu Hungu Hussein, who is the chairman of the supervision of sales of nomination forms, disclosed that the ward congresses will be direct, as all the party members will be allowed to elect their leaders.
The issue of direct or indirect, as far as Congress is concerned, does not arise. It is only when you have the executive, when you have the delegate, then you start thinking of direct or indirect. As far as Congress is concerned, it's direct. Party members will come together and select their leaders at ward, local government, and state level.
Now, our correspondent reports that the nomination forms, which were all sealed at the time they were brought to the Secretariat, were opened in the presence of national delegates and newsmen. And now the Rivers State Governorship Election Tribunal has resumed sitting. The Governorship Election Tribunal, led by Justice Kingsley Ojiakor, is expected to rule on whether the AAC governorship candidate Bioko Mabo Awara has the right to present AAC coalition agents as witnesses in his petition. Awara, through his lawyer, Ebenike Ebete, had presented Gideon Demoa as his first witness, which was rejected by his party AAC and other respondents in the suit. But counsel to AAC Henry Bello told the court that having withdrawn from the petition, the party will now allow its agents to defend Awara's petition. Correspondent Victor Zema reports that the court has taken a break to rule on Bello's objection. And on the foreign scene, Arab nations have condemned a plan by the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to annex a third of the occupied West Bank. Israel has occupied the West Bank since 1967, but has not made moves to annex the area. Netanyahu has now pledged to apply Israeli sovereignty over the Jordan Valley and northern Dead Sea if he is returned to office following a general election next week. Officials in Jordan and Saudi Arabia have, however, sharply criticized the announcement, saying it would be illegal. The United Nations have also frowned at the move, too, saying it would destroy the chance of new peace talks. And that's it on the news update for the hour. Thank you for your time, and bye-bye for now.
Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
What a goal!
Hangs it up for Ronaldo. Oh, my
God!
Experience the glorious goals rush. The heated verbal jabs and even moments of madness. Experience the sensational swings, strokes and shots. The moments of victory and despair. Experience lights out on a majestic night in Singapore and a whole lot more.
On your premium talk news and sports radio station.
Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Listen to Sports Attack every weekday from 7:30 a.m. and Today Sports Live after the news update at 3 p.m. Stay tuned on Saturdays and Sundays for a bumper edition of Today Sports Live from 1 to 6 p.m. Experience sports in its entirety on your premium talk news and sports radio station. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Infantino, FIFA president. For the best of sports, always listen to Today Sports Live on Today95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. My name is Gianni Infantino, FIFA president. For the best of sports, always listen to Today Sports Live on Today95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
It's my choice. You can dream if you believe. Give it all you've got. They are fast, I am faster. They are strong, but I'm stronger. I'm the best, so I pick up my chest. My dream, my speed, and my strength. Give me the power to win.
And of course, the power to win was all the Dream Team 7 needed yesterday, right in Asaba, to come out victorious against their Sudanese counterpart. They spelled Sudan yesterday. And of course, the Super Eagles all just fell short of that power to win yesterday. Of course, having taken the lead, one of the best performances we've seen from the Super Eagles in 45 minutes yesterday, right there in Dnipro against Ukraine. And of course, time check is about 3:10 p.m. And of course, the date is 9/11. For those who remember very well, 9/11 is a date My name is Emmanuel Chibuzo. The program is today's Sport Live, reaching you live on this frequency 95.1 FM, right here in the Garden City of Port Harcourt. The guys are very much in the building this afternoon to do justice to all on the menu this afternoon. Wisdom Obina, Superman himself for Wisdom. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, the top striker. Good afternoon to my colleague here in the studio, and to you listening out there. Yesterday night was more of a surprise for me, because I didn't expect the Ukrainians to be taking aback, at least in the first 45, the way we did. Then, of course, the on the 23 side, talking about the dream team, they found a way to get themselves back into this one. And I tell you, we're going to be at the AFCON. We're just waiting for the seedings, the groupings and all that. Maybe they'll do the draws and we find out which group we are in. But I tell you, there are a lot of star-studded sides in this one also. And hopefully what we did against the Sudanese, we should be able to do better when we get to the tournament proper.
Also have Reliable Reliance. Welcome to the show.
It's great to be here, top striker. Many have already said that the Super Eagles have not been that entertaining as they were last night, at least for the first 45 minutes, and I think in a row also sort of agreed. But nonetheless, it's great to be here to discuss sport. Greetings to everyone.
And of course, greetings to everyone. Right there, the program is highly interactive this afternoon. Of course, on the menu we have boxing. Tyson Fury gets set to do battle with Otto Wallin this weekend. Of course, Power Athletics also on the show, as the permanent secretary is saying Nigeria fell short of coming out tops because the para athletes, let me use the word in quotes, the disabled athletes are not there, or were not there in Morocco. And of course, MWPF fixtures to expect today. And of course, Olympic Eagles, so we told you earlier, they defeated their counterpart from Sudan 5-0 to qualify for an aggregate. And of course, the Super Eagles last night, a new look Super Eagles, a new team right there. And of course, they shone like a million stars. For me, it was victory for the team because against all odds, against the Ukrainians, they came out top. So Ukraine on the verge of qualifying for Euro 2020 come next year. We also have tidbits coming up from the European scene. The program is highly interactive. For SMS and WhatsApp is 0701 9339 962. 0701 9339 962. And of course, on Twitter, you can tweet us at TodayFM 951. At TodayFM 951. You can equally copy me at Emmanuel 93001. We shall be opening the phone lines at some point to get your thoughts live on the show this afternoon. And of course, the power to win. Let's go straight to the world of boxing this afternoon, where Otto Wallin is coming to shock the world with a stunning victory over Tyson Fury in Las Vegas. Says promoter Dimitri Salita. The Swedish heavyweight will attempt to ruin Fury's title ambitions in the early hours of Sunday morning at the T-Mobile Arena, with Britain's former world champion working towards a rematch with WBC holder Deontay Wilder early next year. According to the quote, it says Otto had a great camp and could not be in a better mental or physical condition. Salita said he's coming to shock the world and is in the mental state to do it. Why for Tyson Fury? He said he's not underestimating his opponent come Saturday night.
You've got to take every opponent as a dangerous one, especially unbeaten opponents who 6'6" and southpaws and unbeaten in 20 fights, ranked number 4 in the world. This guy, he knows that a victory over me could open up his dreams, his dream box, and those dreams could become reality with one win. And nothing's impossible in life if you believe and if you want it enough.
Nothing impossible in life if you believe. The words of Gypsy King Tyree. Still talking boxing, while former unified heavyweight champion of the world Anthony Joshua says Andy Ruiz Jr. is the best heavyweight out there as their promotional tour for the December 7th match continues.
You know that my challenges and my fights are never what we call cherry picking in boxing. They're the elite of the elite, top of the crop, and that little bit of motivation now when I'm fighting someone who has the skill set and is a champion. It's not as like I'm fighting someone that's a stepping stone to a champion. We can't kind of overlook Andy and his talents and his success in the ring, because I'm fighting the best out there right now. And right now, in my opinion, Andy Ruiz is the best heavyweight out there.
In my opinion, Andy Ruiz is the best heavyweight out there. And of course, let me come to you, Reliance. Are you foreseeing any upset in the Wallin Fury bout in the early hours of Sunday morning?
Well, not really. Not really. It's a lot to call more like, but I'm not foreseeing any upset. I think for Tyson Fury is a man who has shown class over time in the ring of boxing, and is a man who knows how to take it gradually and get himself rejuvenated, more like, before he gets into any supposed big bouts. You could recall after that incident that took him out of boxing for a long while, the ban, he came back, he got a bout with a certain pianiseta, more like a preparatory bout, if you like, and then afterward, he got himself engaged with that one of the greatest heavyweight we have in the current era, talking about Deontay Wilder, and then, so he knows how to take it step by step, if you ask me. That's my point. So for his bout against Otto Wallen is not really someone to be underrated. He's a man who has no defeat in his boxing career so far, although you may want to question who are the opponents he has been facing. Are there opponents in the class of even who should I even mention? Maybe I should even mention, okay, if I call her the regional now, many people will call for my head. Okay, so is he a boxer you may want to class in the same level with some boxers who are a little bit below the ranks of the top 4 heavyweight boxers we have right now in the world? Are they the kind of opponent he has been facing? That's by the way, but you have to give him credit. He has been involved in 21 fights, 20 wins, and 13 by knockout. So that tells you that he comes in with something to offer. But for Tyson Fury, he doesn't care about style. He doesn't care about class. What he wants to do is get into the ring, deliver